Finally today, Scott Kinney with Retromania. You're gonna find out more than you even want to know. Hey, Scott, good to have you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell the folks at home, what is that?
Well, Retromania is primarily a collector's show. I'm a toy collector. I've been collecting toys for since I got out of college in the early 90s.
Never grew up, did you?
No.
Good deal. I love to hear it.
Yeah, I went right to it, as soon as I had some income. And so I've been doing that in Tulsa. I grew up in Tulsa and went to school in Okmulgee, went to college in Okmulgee at Tech. And so I just wanted a show that had all the stuff that I wanted to buy, that I'd want to shop myself. So I just created this kind of show. I created it down in Texas. I did my first one down there about 3 years ago. And this is my second year in Tulsa.
I would take it then that you don't have everything you want yet.
No, and I don't want the mission to be complete. I always want something out there that I can hunt for, look for. Gives me something to do when I'm out there, and keeps me from just buying everything. Because when I first started collecting toys, I didn't really know what I wanted to focus on. I just bought whatever caught my eye.
Where is it going to be?
It's at Expo Square inside the Exchange Center.
Plenty of room.
Yeah, big building, 50,000 square feet. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of toy dealers, a lot of comic book dealers, video games, all kinds of collectibles like T-shirts, posters, artwork, autographs, things like that.
And toys, plenty of toys.
Lots of toys, yeah.
It's an amazing thing to me to find out, and I just have been, as of late, finding out how many folks collect toys.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, it is. When I first started doing it, about, like I said, in the early 90s, it really wasn't a big deal. A lot of people weren't doing it. But over the decades, every decade, more and more collectors are into it. And I also put on antique shows in Tulsa. Some people may know the Vintage Tulsa Show. It's an annual show. I do that every February at the same building, Exchange Center. And so what I've noticed is, now that I've been doing this professionally for 15 years, putting on these events, is that collectors just come in all ages, all groups, and it's just finding and putting together the collectibles that they're into for a show is what you need to do to create a successful event. Know who your target audience is, and then deliver the kind of dealers that sell that kind of merchandise. And
it's an interesting thing to note, too, that you never know who collects what.
Right.
Because you're going to run, here's some guy over here in a three-piece suit that probably collects Barbies.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, while I'm on that, I just saw the other day where Wilma Mankiller, Mattel is coming out with a new doll honoring Wilma Mankiller.
Okay.
I thought, how cool is that?
Yeah, that is cool.
It's maybe we'll see some other folks.
Yeah, I wonder how many Oklahomans have dolls.
What kind of crowd do you expect?
Last year was our first year. I think we ended up having around 3,500 people for over the 2 days. And we were happy with that. The Vintage Tulsa Show is a bigger show, but we've been doing that for 15 years. So we've had time to build up an audience. And it's funny, I've been doing that show for so long, and every once in a while someone will come up to me and say, boy, I wish I'd known about this show. It's like, well, we've been here a while. It takes a long time.
It takes a while to get it started. Are you able to ascertain when somebody walks up to you what they're interested in? I mean, does anything on the exterior talk to you?
I've also been selling for a long time, buying, selling, trading toys. That's part of it. It's just part of the game, and because you buy big collections and you don't want half of it, and you sell. And when people come into my booth, I see where their eyes go, and I see them lock onto something. And a lot of times it's nostalgia, the power of nostalgia. They see something they had in their bedroom when they were a kid, or their cousin had it.
Sure.
And they'll see the E.T. doll or whatever it is, the plush doll, and they'll, oh, and it brings back to all these memories. Brings back a specific birthday party or a Christmas or a family member, and it's pretty fun.
To share a quick story with you. I have two daughters who now are married, grown, have their own children. So, I'm a grandfather. Bought younger daughter when she was still at home and quite young, an ET, and it would scoot around, had a remote control. One night, she yelled at me to come, I go running down the hall, what's wrong? Watch this thing. The thing was turned off, and yet every once in a while it would move and start talking. And we noticed what would set it off is every time a plane went over,
Radio signal.
it picked up on that radio
Yeah.
signal.
It's creepy though.
We've still got that thing.
Yeah.
For that very reason, we keep the batteries out of it. Listen, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, you got 15 seconds. Time, location.
It's November 18th and 19th at Expo Square inside the Exchange Center, Saturday and Sunday, and the regular hours are 11 to 5 and 11 to 5, I believe.
Scott, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate meeting you. Heard a lot about you, my friend.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
We're all out of time. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here next time.